A cordial greeting. Today is Wednesday, October 16, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. In today's video, I would like to provide an update on two disturbances we are monitoring in the Atlantic region. The first is a low-pressure area located in the western Caribbean Sea, specifically just east of Nicaragua, which has a low probability of cyclonic development as it moves toward the regions of Belize and the Yucatán Peninsula. It is expected to reach this area between Saturday and Sunday, bringing heavy rain and the potential for flooding. Additionally, we cannot rule out the possibility that it may strengthen into a tropical depression or tropical storm before entering Belize or Quintana Roo. On the other hand, we are closely following Invest 94, which is a low-pressure system approaching the northeastern Caribbean. It has a medium probability of cyclonic development as it moves westward, passing just north of the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, and approaching the northern coast of the Dominican Republic, Haiti, eastern Cuba, and the Turks and Caicos Islands by the beginning of next week. Regardless of whether cyclonic development occurs, this disturbance could bring some rain to parts of the northern Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, and then to the northern areas of Haiti, the Dominican Republic, eastern Cuba, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. In the latest tropical outlook from the National Hurricane Center, the low-pressure area in the Caribbean Sea has a 20% chance of development, while the development probability of Invest 94 has decreased in the last 24 hours as it moves westward. Although it's good news that the chances of development are decreasing for Invest 94, there is still a possibility that this low-pressure system could form into a tropical depression or tropical storm before it approaches the northeastern Caribbean. In fact, in the current visible satellite image, we can see that the disturbance is generating some strong thunderstorms. However, the circulation is still not well defined enough for it to be classified as a tropical depression, due to some wind shear from the southeast and dry air affecting its development. Still, we need to remain vigilant. Remember, there is a 40% chance of cyclonic development, and we cannot rule out that a tropical cyclone may form as it passes close to the northeastern Caribbean this weekend. Now, let's look at the projections of the specialized track models. In general, they agree on a west-northwest movement over the next 2 to 3 days, which would bring this disturbance passing about 100 to 200 miles north-northeast of Puerto Rico and just north of the Virgin Islands. However, it will be close enough for some showers to affect the northeastern Caribbean. After that, the models continue to show a west-southwest trajectory, passing near or over the northern parts of the Dominican Republic, Haiti, the Turks and Caicos Islands, and possibly reaching eastern Cuba. The good news is that the conditions will not be optimal for strengthening. In fact, the specialized models keep it fairly weak, although some do show a weak to moderate tropical storm as it moves across the northern areas of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Next, we will see the projections from the global models and the expected rainfall accumulations across these regions for the weekend and the start of next week. Let's also take a look at the visible satellite animation of the western Caribbean Sea. Here, we can see a broad rotation associated with the low-pressure area east of Nicaragua, accompanied by stormy weather and some rain that will move across northern and northeastern Nicaragua, northern Honduras, and eventually northern Guatemala, Belize, and southern parts of the Yucatán Peninsula. Let's now look at the model projections for both disturbances, starting with the GFS model, the American model. Notice that by Friday, it shows a more defined low-pressure system related to the disturbance in the Caribbean Sea, while keeping Invest 94 as a tropical wave without development as it passes north of Puerto Rico. Eventually, between Saturday and Sunday, the American model develops a tropical depression or tropical storm just before it enters Belize in the afternoon hours of Saturday. This is why it's important for residents of northern Guatemala, Belize, and southern Yucatán Peninsula to remain alert to the evolution of the low-pressure system in the Caribbean Sea. In recent runs, the GFS model does not develop Invest 94. Now let's check the European model projection. In this case, the model develops a well-defined low-pressure system related to the disturbance in the Caribbean Sea. By tomorrow night, Thursday, there is a well-defined area moving toward northern Honduras. Additionally, between Friday night and early Saturday, it has Invest 94 as a strong tropical wave or tropical depression passing about 100 miles north of Puerto Rico, and eventually moving toward northern Dominican Republic and Haiti on Saturday night. Like the American model, the European model shows a possible weak tropical depression or tropical storm moving over Belize and northern Guatemala between Saturday and Sunday. By early next week, the European model dissipates both disturbances without them becoming strong systems. We also have the German model, which closely resembles the European model. It shows a tropical depression or tropical storm entering northern Belize and southern Quintana Roo on Friday night. Additionally, it develops a tropical storm related to Invest 94, but much farther north of Puerto Rico. Between Saturday and Sunday, The German model brings Invest 94 dangerously close to northern Dominican Republic and Haiti, which is why it's important for residents of this region to continue monitoring the evolution of this low-pressure system. Additionally, the German model shows the Caribbean low-pressure system moving over the Yucatán Peninsula and eventually reorganizing over the waters of the Bay of Campeche. Therefore, residents of Veracruz should also monitor its progress. Remember, Invest 94 may also bring rain to the Turks and Caicos Islands and the southern Bahamas by the beginning of next week. The UK model also generally agrees with these projections, showing Invest 94 passing as a strong tropical wave north of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic between Friday and Saturday, and a weak tropical depression or tropical storm moving over parts of Quintana Roo. So, as you can see, residents of Nicaragua, Honduras, Belize, the Yucatán Peninsula, Guatemala, and Veracruz should stay alert to the evolution of the low-pressure system in the Caribbean Sea, while residents of the northeastern Caribbean, including the northern Lesser Antilles Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Turks and Caicos Islands, and eastern Cuba should closely monitor the evolution of Invest 94. Although it is not expected to strengthen much over the coming days, it could still bring a heavy rain event across these Caribbean regions. Let's take a look at the rain projections for the next 5 days. Starting with the rain expected from Invest 94, notice that according to the European model, the heaviest rain should stay north of the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti. However, between 100 to 125 millimeters of accumulated rain could fall over the Turks and Caicos Islands and the southern Bahamas by the beginning of next week. This is the European model projection, while the American model shows rainfall accumulations between 2 to 4 inches for the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, and between 100 to 125 millimeters for northern Dominican Republic, Haiti, and the Turks and Caicos Islands. As for Central America and southern Mexico, associated with the low-pressure system in the Caribbean Sea, the models continue to project an extreme rainfall event for northern Honduras, Belize, and some regions of southern Quintana Roo and northern Guatemala, where between 150 to 300 millimeters of rain could fall over the next 5 days. This represents a serious flood threat for areas of Quintana Roo, Guatemala, Belize, and Honduras. This is the American model projection, and the European model generally agrees with these rainfall totals through next Monday. Additionally, remember that wind gusts of up to 65 km per hour are expected to affect parts of southern Quintana Roo and Belize on Saturday afternoon. Well, that's all for today's forecast update. I'll be keeping a close eye on the evolution of both disturbances and will keep you informed of any changes in the forecast. So, it's important to check if you're subscribed to my channel. Don't forget to click the bell to receive notifications when I post new videos. Well, with that, I say goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow with a new video to update you on what's happening in the Atlantic. Goodbye.